Britain's Prince William is back from his tour of duty in the Falkland Islands, where he's been stationed since February. His deployment has added to growing tensions in Argentina as the 30th anniversary of the Falkland War approaches. Buenos Aires and London have had a long-standing dispute over the islands, with both countries claiming ownership. Our correspondent Ivor Bennett has this story.
First the Prince, then the warship. All apparently routine, but to Argentina the message is clear.
It's a regional and global issue because they're militarizing the South Atlantic one more time. Try as we may, we can't interpret it any other way. They are sending a destroyer, the word itself that is huge and modern, along with the heir to the throne. We would have liked to see him in civilian clothes, not in a military uniform.
The island's sovereignty is fiercely disputed. Argentina claims them as Las Malvinas. The UK's latest show of strength comes at a delicate time, less than a month before the 30th anniversary of the war that claimed over 900 lives, 650 of them Argentinian. An ill-timed coincidence or a deliberate provocation?
Whether there's an anniversary is completely irrelevant to us. It genuinely is routine. There's no attempt to escalate anything, but I do recognise that the Argentinian president is seeking to put a different interpretation on it.
4 fighter jets, Rapier missiles and a state-of-the-art destroyer deterrent enough. To Argentina, it's like a red rag to a bull, with flag burning and protests against what it sees as a colonial hangover. The empire may be dead, but the sentiment still very much alive in Britain today. Figures like Lord Stanley are celebrated here. He's the man the island's capital's named after. The Falklands themselves may be small and distant, but they're the last whispers of a once extensive reach. Giving them up is simply out of the question. Britain refuses to negotiate on the island's sovereignty until the people who live there want to. No wonder, with the 3,000 inhabitants, direct descendants of Britain's colonists.
The Falklands belong to the Falklanders. They are British. We have the right of self-determination. That's enshrined in the UN Charter. We're happy to talk to Argentina about anything except sovereignty. Our sovereignty is not negotiable.
But the UK's posturings left its subjects there high and dry. Argentina's blocked supply ships in retaliation. This lump of rock may not seem worth fighting over. It's 13,000 kilometres from Britain and costs £70 million a year to defend. But with oil exploration just beginning off the coast, there's suddenly a lot more to lose.
As oil and gas prospecting has become more sort of widespread in terms of exposure, then I think it's helped to ratchet up the crisis between Britain and Argentina. From Argentina's point of view, if the Falklands and the waters to the north contain lots of oil and gas reserves that were commercially exploitable, then of course there's a fear that Britain and the Falkland Islands community would never wish to negotiate about the future.
Argentina claims it's being robbed, with Britain set to yield up to 60 billion barrels of oil from under its nose. No surprise the UK still refuses to negotiate then, after years of Argentine protests. But others are now listening. The islands are amongst just 16 territories left in the world the UN says need decolonising. For now, though, Britain's making the most of its distant corners whilst it still can. Ivor Bennett, RT, London.